I need to talk to you.
No.
Today, Luke P is the thorn in yet another rose ceremony. The men tell all.
We were coming from a position of care, and you still haven't shown that you have changed tonight.
And Hannah B speaks her piece.
I deserved so much more than what I kind of put up with.
This is your reality check.
There.
Welcome, everybody. It is Tell All Tuesday here. I am Lyndsey Rodrigues. Welcome to Reality Check. I have two fabulous guests joining me today. Our very good friend and People magazine editor, Dave Quinn.
Hey.
And the amazing Patti Murin, who plays Anna in Broadway's Frozen. It is so great to have you guys here. I know that the two of you are very close friends as well, so I think this is going to be a fantastic show. Obviously, we're going to be talking all about the Bachelorette Tell All because there's a lot to unpack there. But before we do any of that, we've got to get to our top five, so let's do it. Top five time. At number 5, as previously reported, Bachelor creator Mike Fleiss has been ordered to stay 100 yards away from his wife after she alleged that he verbally and physically abused her and demanded that she have an abortion. Now, while he is yet to make a statement about the allegations, Bachelor Nation host Chris Harrison has broken his silence about the situation. When asked about the incident on the Ringer's Bachelor Party podcast, he responded saying, Mike Fleiss and his situation is a very personal, private matter between he, his wife, his kids, his family, and outside of production. Mike filed for divorce after 5 years of marriage and cited irreconcilable differences. Now, Chris was so professional in his response. What do you think he has seen being part of this franchise since its inception? I'm sure he and Mike are the closest of friends. Would you have also sort of kept your buddy's secrets, or would you have spilled a little more tea?
I definitely would have wanted to stay as far away from that question as possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 100 yards, if you will.
Yeah.
Definitely. We're off to a good start. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, you know what? I'm going to leave that to...
Particularly as there are children involved as well.
Exactly. Yep.
It's such a shame.
Yeah, it's really a shame.
Yeah, we hope to see it reconciled as soon as possible.
Yep, for the best scenario for everyone.
For everybody. Absolutely. At number 4, Lisa Rinna is opening up about her daughter Delilah Rose's struggle with mental health. Now, Delilah recently revealed she had been to rehab twice last year. Lisa took to Instagram to say that Delilah suffers from PANDAS, an immune response that can cause inflammation on a child's brain, resulting in the child exhibiting life-changing symptoms. Rinna explained that in Delilah's case, the condition was extreme, but they've since found the appropriate therapies and she's doing much better, which we're thrilled to hear. The Bravo star concluded the post by encouraging parents with children struggling with anxiety to check the PANDAS network. Now, Patti, what do you make of this? And do you find that social media is a good platform to use for helping others when they're struggling with things like anxiety, depression, eating disorders, any of it?
I absolutely do. I mean, it is, it's a big world out there, and to put something out there and find that you're not alone and there's other people struggling with what you're struggling with. I am very open about my mental health, and it's been rewarding for me because I have to remember that I'm not alone, whatever I'm dealing with, whatever the problem is. So I think that using, if you have a platform, to use it for something like this, to educate people, make them aware, take some of the stigma away, I think it's one of the most important things you can do.
Definitely. Remind people that we're all in this together at the end of the day.
Exactly. We're all humans.
So thank you for being you and using your platform for good. And thank you, Lisa, for doing the same thing. Yes. At number 3, Count Keith Urban among the many fans of the hit television series Big Little Lies, as the former American Idol judge showed his support for his wife's show while wearing a sweatshirt adorned with the names of the 5 main characters from the show. Nicole Kidman shared the photo this week featuring Keith showing off the fun top, adding only a heart emoji in the caption. And then Laura Dern added, "How do we get so lucky that this human would be the Monterey Five's fiercest champion?" Now, Keith's fashion moment came in conjunction with Sunday's season 2 finale. Can we just talk about Big Little Lies for a minute? I know it's not reality.
We could talk about it.
But oh my God, I mean, I'm obsessed with these women. They're such incredible actresses. Obviously, Keith and Nicole are like Australia's sweethearts.
Oh, yes.
What did you think of Sunday's finale? Have you caught up?
I thought it was fantastic, and I have to tell you, Renata, who is played by Laura Dern, would be phenomenal on a Housewives show. So somebody find me a Renata and put her on a Housewives show.
Yes, the Housewives of Monterey.
Amazing. Yeah, I would watch it in a heartbeat.
Me too.
But I thought it was so sweet that Keith supported Nicole like that.
That's like the loveliest, when
I
your
know,
husband
they're
is...
such a great couple.
Oh my
And the fact
goodness.
that they're Australian makes me so proud.
Of course, yeah.
And I'm so happy that Big Little Lies clearly set the stage for season 3.
Yeah.
I need more of these amazing women, and Laura Dern needs an Emmy. And,
Sure
and
does.
a Housewives
She does.
And a housewife show.
And a housewife show. Let's make it happen. At number 2, Kim Zolciak-Biermann and her daughter Brielle claim that Delta Airlines kicked their family off a flight over the weekend. Brielle alleged via Twitter that a flight attendant forced them to get off the plane while waiting on her dad Croy and his service dog, leaving her younger siblings in tears. Kim retweeted saying, "Unacceptable, Delta, but police are now involved." However, Delta Airlines tells people in a statement that Kim and family elected to board their flight while her husband remained behind to provide proper paperwork for the service animals. So, Dave, do you think we'll see Kim on a future episode or season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, or is she donezo?
I don't think you'll see her again on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. She had such a bad time her last season that she kind of walked out vowing never to return.
Yeah.
But I do think that her spinoff, Don't Be Tardy, I'm hearing will be back for an 8th season.
Okay.
And I think this would be really good fodder. I think we'll see a lot of what's happening here.
Yeah.
You're right about what's been happening with these animals. And I know you have dogs. I have a dog.
Yeah.
This service animal and traveling with dogs has become really different in the past couple of years.
Definitely.
So I'm curious to see how that all plays out.
I know,
Have
and
you
something
traveled?
needs to be improved.
No, they don't fly well.
They don't fly well.
I'm their emotional support human when they fly. So.
But you know, we also saw Abby Lee Miller from Dance Moms. I mean, she had a terrible
Yeah.
experience recently where she was left in an aisle on the
Right.
floor because she wasn't transferred properly from a chair to a wheelchair. So I don't know, airlines, you got to get it together.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And at number 1, Bachelor in Paradise Season 6 released its first cast photo. Woo! In 2 weeks' time, the Bachelor and Bachelorette summer spinoff will be returning to Mexico, where 9 men and 11 women will attempt to find love on the ABC dating reality series. The 2-night premiere of Bachelor in Paradise airs Monday, August 5th and Tuesday, August 6th at 8 p.m. It's not all love in paradise, though, as things seem to spiral out of control in Mexico pretty quick. Check this out.
You can't help who you love, and it hurts me to see you struggling.
Really, just don't want to lose you.
He's putting a spoon in all the pudding. What the is happening?
Bitch! You up, dog?
They're like actually fighting.
Trust me!
Oh my God!
If nothing else, we have the catchphrase of the year. He's putting a
God.
spoon in all the pudding.
pudding.
Can't wait to see what that's in relation
Amazing.
to. Are you guys excited for BIP to return?
Yes.
What
Absolutely.
do you think we can expect from this season? We've seen tears, we've seen
Tears,
tantrums,
fighting.
Yeah.
fighting. What else?
I'm sure lots of hookups. I'm
Yeah.
sure there'll
Yeah.
be lots of breakups.
A lot of those little black bars that they have to put over people's
yeah,
private
we've
areas
seen
when
John
they're
Paul
suits.
Jones with his hands up a lady's
Yep.
behind.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
Lots of that.
And 2 female contestants seem to form a love connection,
Yes.
which is really exciting.
I'm
Very
so
exciting.
here for that. I'm watching MTV's Are You the One?
Me
which has
too.
all the, so I'm like,
Yes.
I'm ready for this now.
Yes.
I want it to start trickling into all reality
I
shows.
agree. Couldn't agree with
I
you
think
more.
there was an Australian Bachelor a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
A season of Australian's Bachelor where 2 of the female suitresses fell in love with each other.
Look at us, Australia, blazing the way.
Always.
You're welcome.
Yep.
So I
You're
live for
welcome.
this.
I live for it as well. Well, look, today is a very special day because we actually have an honorable top 5 mention. Never happened before,
Yes.
but I want to hear your thoughts on this, you guys, because apparently Lance Bass revealed on Watch What Happens Live that he came out to Britney Spears on her wedding night to make her stop crying. This was before her short-lived first marriage to Jason Alexander back in 2004, 2 years prior to Lance coming out in public. Obviously, Britney's marriage only lasted 56 hours or 55 hours, I think. Britney's obviously very good at keeping secrets. Do we think she would have been crying if she'd been marrying JT?
No.
No way.
Absolutely not.
I'm crying. But you gotta love a gay guy being like, I know this is your wedding day, but I'm gay. Way to make it about you, Lance.
I know, but look, she made it down the aisle, if only for a couple of hours.
Exactly.
So, Lance, you did your job. And then
Gave
he
her
just
the
recently
strength.
married Jackson Brittany. So,
Right.
yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, he just has
know.
his hand
That's
in
the
all
next
these weddings.
season. You're gonna see it next season.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Patty's a
I
Vanderpump Rules
just binged
super fan.
Vanderpump Rules in I watched all the seasons in 3 weeks.
Yeah, Stassi is my spirit animal. I cannot
Me
wait to have
too.
her on this couch.
she's
You'll have to
best.
come back when she's here.
I asked her
Absolutely.
why she loved her, and she said she loves ranch
She
dressing.
loves ranch dressing. She will live and die for ranch dressing.
I love her because she loves serial killers.
Yes,
So.
yes, and cults. That's a weird.
Yes.
I'm suddenly very uncomfortable on this couch.
Okay, well, in that case, why don't we go to our first break of the day and let you have a timeout for a minute. When we return, though, Dave, Patty, and I will be deep diving into last night's Bachelorette because there is a lot to talk about, so stay tuned. Welcome back to the show. I am still joined by People magazine writer and reporter Dave Quinn and Patti Murin, who plays Anna in Broadway's Frozen. I'm so glad you besties are here.
I'm so glad
Thanks for
to be
having us.
here. Yes, and this is a perfect show for Patti because she is a Bachelor and Bachelorette superfan.
Yep.
In fact, at her wedding 4 years ago, there was a special Bachelorette call-out.
What was the Bachelor call out?
I had a rose ceremony.
Did you really?
Yes, it was. I surprised my husband, Andrew Reynolds, the actor. He's a good friend of mine, and so
Yeah.
he was our Chris Harrison, and I got to give my husband the final rose.
Oh, that is, first of all, so adorable.
He said
Such
yes.
commitment. He said yes.
Just so you know, he said
Just
yes.
so we know it all worked out. I love that you did that. And yeah, who better to talk about everything that went down last night? Because last night, the men told all, and we got to see the first part of the rose ceremony where Luke, true to form, crashed the party uninvited. Of course he did. Watch.
And I'm gonna stand here all day until you...
No, you're not. Please get away from me. I'm about to go psycho. So, please leave.
She has the patience of a saint. I would have gone ham on his ass, but she handled herself really, really well. But I have to say, you guys, I felt very uncomfortable and unsettled seeing this man not take no for an answer, completely disregard her wishes. I mean, do you think that he could still even have a future at this point with Bachelor Nation, or has he just ruined it for himself?
No, I think he's too toxic.
Yeah.
I think he's too much of an example of the toxic masculinity, and so that just it's worse than so many of the other people that have been on the show. You know, like, because sometimes, like, the villains, they tend to be fun. You know, they're fun. They're not real villains in real life. They just get on the show and they do. This is a man who has a lot of things that he has to deal with in his personal life.
Definitely.
And so I think it would be best if they just were like, thank you.
Thank you, next.
Yeah, thank you, next him. I mean,
Yeah.
the only other thing I could see happening as a reality TV producer in the back of my head is saying, if he has a redemption arc, if he gets the help that he needs and he's finally ready to come back and try again. But I don't know.
And look,
You
I do
can't
believe
teach
that
an old
everyone
dog.
deserves a second chance, but they have to be willing to take that chance and actually take the help that's offered to them. So
Yeah.
we'll see if that happens or
And
not.
he didn't seem open to that.
He didn't last night at all, and we
No.
will get to that in just a little bit. But I will say it was very comforting to see the three other guys come to Hannah's defense, not to mention how amusing it was to see how much shorter Luke is than everyone
Oh my God,
else.
right? That was the best part.
I know, check it out.
Oh my goodness.
Did you or did you not talk to Colton after you got sent home to find closure?
Luke, dude, just let her.
Can you guys give me a minute?
We've given you plenty of minutes, dude.
Listen, lay your hands off me.
So if you had been in this situation, do you think that you would have been confrontational like Tyler and Jed, or more reserved like Peter and just kind of swoop in, give her a hug, tell her everything was going to be okay? What tact do you think you would have taken?
Peter was pretty smart in that sense,
Yeah.
that he kind of focused on the prize, if you will, right?
He was like,
Made
let's go
sure
back
that
to the
she was
windmill,
okay.
baby.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, are you okay? Let me help you.
Yeah.
I probably would have done that more than I would have.
Attacked, right, okay.
I probably would have been yelling at a producer to like get him. I would have been like, why aren't you escorting him off the premises yet? You know? I would have like gone to the school
right?
principal.
I'm assuming that that's what they wanted.
Well, I mean, Chris Harrison certainly knew that he was
Yes.
coming, and he knew that he had the ring in his pocket, and so like there was definitely an element of planning to it, but it was still very unsettling to watch. And so obviously now there are three men left who are not psychos: Jed, Peter, and Tyler C. And we saw in the promo for next week that the stress of making this decision is really taking its toll on Hannah. Check this out.
I'm freaking out. It's really, really hard. And now I have a lot of doubt and fear.
I mean, what I would give to have three men to choose from. Who do you think she will ultimately pick?
I happen to think I don't want her to pick Jed. He was the one who has apparently had
the girlfriend,
the
maybe.
girlfriend when
Yep.
it came, you know. I think I like Tyler. I like Tyler C.
Yeah.
Peter is fine. He's just a little bit, I don't know.
He's lovely enough.
Fine.
I'm with you. Tyler C is my pick. What about you, Dave?
I think Tyler's a great choice. He's super handsome. I think that he's really treated her well throughout this entire journey. I would be very happy if they ended up together. But I like Peter too.
Yeah, I mean, he's very lovely, but I think Tyler C could be the president of this country one day, and then Hannah could be the first lady, and I think people would love that, and then there's a whole new show.
I would say that's crazy, but crazier things have happened. So,
but here we are.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta keep my mouth shut on that one. Later in the show, we are going to get into the men tell all. But real quick, I think this tweet from our very own Robin Ross TV sums everyone's reaction to the nugget moment up perfectly. Check this out. She's like, same girl, same. Robin, this is why we love working with you. You are a treasure. Okay, now we're going to take a break. But when we come back, Dave, Patti, and I have loads more to talk about from last night's Tell All, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the show. People magazine writer and reporter Dave Quinn and Broadway star Patti Murin from Frozen are still with me, thank goodness, because now it is time to talk Bachelorette, the men tell all, and tell all they did. So let's start with Luke P, because that's, let's face it, that was the biggest part of last night. His sit down with Chris Harrison genuinely featured more backing up than a student driver learning to parallel park. Watch.
That's the type of woman you want, is someone you can kind of put on the shelf in a glass case and pull down when you need.
The last thing I'll ever do is control a woman. Although a man is supposed to lead and guide a woman in the relationship.
All right, so the audience reactions last night were amazing. I saw about 10 people's reactions and I'm like, that's a gift, that's a gift, that's a gift. What were your reactions to
Just that.
Yeah.
Just like, it's almost, you almost can't feel anything because you're feeling so much. You're like, what is happening right now?
What is happening, Dave?
I mean, he had to have thought through this before he showed up, right? He had to have known these are the questions you're going to be asked. Why didn't you prepare? It was really like a true example of you give someone enough rope, they're going to hang themselves.
Yeah,
like that's,
hang himself.
there was nothing he was saying that was redeeming whatsoever.
The pauses were, I was just reveling in them because he had no idea what to say, no idea. And Chris Harrison just let him do it.
I know, Chris Harrison's so good at that. He's just like, he's good at letting the awkward silence play out and let people say their thing.
He's not going to help you if he doesn't want to help you.
No, but you know, one of the other guys, I can't remember which one it was now, but he even said like, dude, this is 2019. You cannot treat women the way that you treated Hannah. And he got a big round of applause for that. And I applaud him as well.
Yeah, it's nice to see The Bachelor have a little bit of a time's up moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think Mike might have said it best when he spoke to Luke P. I mean, I'm very partial to Mike, so I'm a little bit biased, but look at what he had to say.
I feel that Luke hasn't learned a thing whatsoever. I think that you are a narcissistic, a cantankerous, a misogynist. I think that your future wife is going to be a prisoner of you.
I have to say I agree. If anyone is silly enough to marry that man, unless he has a redemption story, I think they will be a prisoner. But I mean, given how much strife how much strife Luke P caused, not just with Hannah, but with the other guys in the house, do you think that he kind of got off easy with what the men were saying to him?
I mean,
no.
Yeah.
First of all, he doesn't know what half those words mean.
Yeah, that's also
true. He's all Googling that.
He's like,
he's like, cantankerous. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't want him to I don't want his life to be ruined. I do want him to reevaluate everything about his beliefs in terms of his behavior and what he just did on this entire season.
And Hannah made such a good point as well about how so often faith is weaponized in a way that, you know, it like suits people when they're trying to get their point across. And I thought that was a very salient point. But I also love what Connor Saley said last night. He said, look, if you are willing to change, like we support you on your journey outside of this, but we got to see the change.
Yeah.
So
what a fucking interesting story to be having.
I know. This is gonna. I don't think we've heard the end of it. Let's just say that. And at the end of the tell-all, Hannah spoke directly to the camera with a message for all of America. Let's hear what she had to say.
I'm sorry for this whole thing with Luke and him just being on our television screens for so long. Way longer than really any of us ever desired.
That girl has been through so much. Do you think she even owed anyone an apology?
No, not at all. But like, I like that she did it. I like that she was like, I've been watching too, and oh my gosh, what was I thinking?
And I think she sort of like jumped ahead of everyone, you know, who was about to be like, well, you were the one that kept him around for so long. She was like, I'm just going to put this out there before anyone can come at me for it.
Yeah, she kind of got ahead of it. She's
smart.
a smart girl. Yeah. Well, she also tweeted this message out last night saying, how many times can we all say clarity?
Apparently 400.
You're counting 400. It was said a lot.
Oh
and then also last season's Bachelor, Colton Colton Underwood responded to a tweet from someone who's been on this very couch. Well, not this one, your one. Kaylin Allen, he volunteered as tribute to be the next Bachelor. And Colton's response, highest ratings ever, calling it now. Having met Kaylin, I agree, that guy's hilarious. He's an amazing human. So, look, we could talk about last night's tell-all until the cows come home, but sadly, they've come home. It is time for one last break. We will be right back, though, with another great moment in reality history. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the show. Here is another golden moment in reality TV history. Enjoy.
She thinks out of the blue she's a smart little girl that she can do whatever she wants. No, that's not how she can do it in our family. She's acting like she's the queen and we're the sorry people.
In this 2009 episode of Wife Swap, 7-year-old Curtis Holland goes toe-to-toe with Joy, his replacement mum.
Definitely no cheese in the can.
Joy wants Curtis to cut out the junk food and start eating healthy.
No, I want my bacon. I gotta tell you something.
But Curtis isn't going down without a fight.
I won't be coming back until Saturday when you leave. She's gonna try to stop me, but she can't run in those little high heels.
With unforgettable lines like,
bacon is good for me.
This is one of the great moments in reality history, and while we can't agree with Curtis's diet, we do love his determination.
Never see this face again.
I just want to know what he had in that little roller bag.
Hopefully it was the bacon.
That's all I want to know.
What about this? Another big exciting moment in reality TV history. It's your birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Patty.
We're
Thanks,
really
everybody.
excited to be here and to be able to enjoy those cupcakes.
Oh my goodness, you guys, look at this. This is amazing. Thank you so much. What an incredible show. I couldn't have asked for better guests. I couldn't have asked for better viewers. Thank you so much. That is all we have time for today because I got to go eat these cakes. Dave and Patty, thank you so much for being here today and talking all things Bachelorette. Make sure you go see Patty in Frozen on Broadway. And remember to follow @People on Twitter to watch the newest Reality Check episode streaming every day at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. You guys have absolutely made my day. I am Lyndsey Rodrigues. I'm going to cry, so I'll check you tomorrow.